Confirmed, NFL bombshell uncovered, liberals hate it. The NFL has been at the center of much controversy over the past month. It all started when Colin Kaepernick, formerly of the 49ers, decided to kneel during the national anthem. Since that time, the trend took hold and found new life, leading President Trump to make the statement that NFL players who protest the flag should be fired. Now, the NFL is paying a steep price for their nonsensical protests. According to the Washington Times, NFL ticket prices are headed down. People do not want to watch people protest, they want to watch football. CNBC released their analysis of the ticket prices, which tell the story of the NFL protests in an interesting way. The first 3 weeks of the season showed a sharp increase in ticket sales. Then, as soon the protests hit full swing on September 22, the sales gap got much smaller. The following week, it was in full decline. Eric Chemi, from CNBC, spoke on the subject. After the president's comments and NFL player reactions, Week 4 saw only a 5% increase, and now we're seeing an outright decline. So that's a bad direction. The only recommendation worth giving here is maybe they should avoid blaming the president, and instead focus on the players who are protesting. Their protests are turning a majority of Americans away from football. When you look at the number of weekly protesters, that number is also in sharp decline. Week 3 saw 200 people kneel during the protest. During Week 4 there were around 50 people kneeling. At this point in Week 5, only Thursday night football has occurred. Ironically enough, there was not a single protester during that game. The NFL realizes that, by politicizing a sport that most Americans enjoy, they are only shooting themselves in the foot. People come to news sites to read about politics, and they watch the NFL if they want to watch sports. It is that simple. Many fans were still irritated on Thursday night when CBS Sports failed to air the Star-Spangled Banner on the air when the Patriots played the Buccaneers. It is not certain if this was in itself a protest, or if it was designed to get people to ignore the fact that players are kneeling during the anthem. NFL ticket prices are headed down. Are we tired of paying to watch people protest? Another factor that could play into the sense of unity is the mass murders in Las Vegas. Greg Auman of the Tampa Bay Times explained what happened before the game. The Bucs held a moment of silence before the national anthem as fans were asked to hold up their cell phones with lights on in memory of the victims of this week's mass shooting in Las Vegas, Auman confirmed. The national anthem was sung without incident, with all players from both teams standing and no players kneeling in protest. It is clear that the whole idea behind kneeling during the national anthem has a tinge of anti-patriotism, and that is not sitting well with conservatives. If there is an issue that the protesters want to stop, they should attempt to take action and help those in need, not make silly symbolic gestures. If they continue at this rate, NFL ticket sales are going to continue to drop.